Good afternoon. Syrians across the world have been celebrating following the ousting of former President Bashar al-Assad and the end to the tyrant's 24-year reign. Exiled nationals are gathering in London, Berlin and Madrid, amongst other cities, to express their support after opposition fighters reached the suburbs of Damascus yesterday for the first time since the region was recaptured by government troops in 2018. The deposing of Assad marks the end of a chapter in a series of events that has ultimately cost the lives of an estimated 600,000 people since the civil war began in 2011. In photos that capture celebrations across the globe, the Syrian flag features heavily, as do exiled Syrians who smile and proudly shout their support for democracy. Others have torn up images of the former president as they shout they are finally free. Starting on the 1st of January, VAT on electricity bills will revert to 21%, ending a 3-year period of reduced rates introduced to alleviate the cost of living crisis. This shift follows a series of reductions, with VAT initially lowered to 10% in June 2021 and further slashed to 5% in July 2022. Households will see an average increase of approximately €65 annually to bills. The Organisation of Consumers and Users has criticised the move, noting that countries like Portugal and Belgium already apply reduced VAT rates for electricity. 1 month after the floods, the people of Valencia are still trying to put the pieces of their lives back together with the ongoing support of the communities throughout the country. One area that has significantly impacted mobility is the lack of transportation after so many vehicles were destroyed during the intense flooding. In response to this, the local community in Javier have been supporting 2 separate initiatives. The first involved collecting unwanted bicycles in collaboration with an organisation called Soratea. For more than 20 years, they have been collecting bikes, fixing them up in their workshop, and then distributing them to those who need them most. By launching a social media campaign, they successfully collected 311 bicycles against an initial target of 50. They've now been transported to Valencia, enabling kids to get to school, students to get to college, and people to get to work. In addition, the Valencia branch of the cancer care charity, the AECC, has been working hard to ensure that cancer patients can still get to hospitals for treatment. They've been paying for taxis, and if that hasn't been an option, they've arranged for patients to be rehoused nearer to hospitals. 16 EU countries asked the European Commission this morning to propose a new law in the coming months on taxing tobacco in the bloc to include new products such as electronic cigarettes, which are not currently covered under the existing legislation. The initiative, led by the Netherlands, has the support of Spain and others. In a letter to the Commission, finance ministers say an update of the bloc's 2011 EU tobacco taxation law is needed because, in the absence of EU regulations on vaping, each country now applies different rules and levels of excise tax, distorting the bloc's single market. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.